Imagine this: you're at home, maybe reading, watching TV, or cooking dinner. Suddenly, your arm goes numb. Your face tingles. You try to speak, but the words come out twisted and slurred. There's no one else around. Would you know what to do? This is not a scare tactic, it's reality for thousands every day. A stroke can strike without warning, and when it does, every second counts. In fact, for every minute your brain is deprived of oxygen, nearly 2 million brain cells die. That's why strokes are one of the leading causes of death and disability, especially among seniors and those who live alone. But here's the good news: there are 5 critical steps you can take that may save your life if a stroke hits and no one is around to help. This could be the most important video you watch today, because your survival may depend on what you learn in the next few minutes. Step 1: recognize the symptoms, fast plus more. When it comes to surviving a stroke, the very first and most important step is recognition. And yet, many people fail to realize they're even having a stroke until it's too late. Strokes can cloud your judgment, distort your thinking, and even convince you that nothing is wrong. But in reality, your brain may already be under attack. That's why learning to spot the signs immediately, even when you're alone, is absolutely essential. Doctors and emergency responders use the FAST test, a simple 4-step system that you can perform on yourself. F. Face. Look in a mirror or open your phone's camera. Try to smile. Is one side of your face drooping or feeling numb? Arms. Raise both arms straight out in front of you. Does one arm drift downward? Can you hold them steady? S. Speech. Say a simple sentence out loud, like, "The sky is blue today." Is your speech slurred, slow, or hard to understand? T. Time. If any of these signs are present, time is critical. Call emergency services immediately. But that's just the beginning. There are other warning signs that many people overlook or dismiss. Sudden confusion or difficulty understanding speech. Vision problems in one or both eyes, blurriness, black spots, or double vision. Sudden dizziness, loss of balance, or difficulty walking. A severe headache that comes out of nowhere, with no known cause. And here's the most dangerous mistake people make: waiting to see if the symptoms go away. They rarely do, and the longer you delay, the more damage is done. Every minute during a stroke, you lose brain cells. That can mean permanent disability, memory loss, or even death. So don't second-guess yourself. Don't wait for someone else to tell you it's serious. Trust what your body is saying. If you feel off, confused, numb, or unsteady, act immediately. Recognize the signs. Remember the FAST method. And make the decision that could save your life. Because when you're alone and a stroke strikes, knowing what to look for isn't just important. It's everything. Step 2: call emergency services fast. Recognizing a stroke is the first step. The very next move must be calling for help immediately. This may seem obvious, but during a stroke, your ability to think, speak, or even move can be impaired. That's why you need a clear, fast plan for getting emergency assistance, even if you can't use your hands or your voice. The moment you notice any stroke symptoms, call 911 or your country's emergency number. If you can still speak clearly, say the word stroke as soon as you're connected. Emergency dispatchers are trained to recognize the signs, but stating it clearly helps prioritize your call for rapid response. But what if you can't speak properly or can't reach the keypad? This is where preparation and technology can literally save your life. Use voice commands on your smartphone. Say, "Hey Siri, call 911," or "OK Google, call emergency services." Your phone doesn't need to be in your hand, just within listening range. Use emergency SOS functions. On most phones, Rapidly pressing the power button 5 times on iPhone or side button on Android will activate emergency SOS. It will automatically call emergency services and may also notify emergency contacts. Use smart speakers like Amazon Alexa or Google Nest. If connected to emergency services, say, "Alexa, call for help." Use medical alert devices. If you wear a medical alert bracelet, pendant, or smartwatch, press the emergency button. These devices often include automatic fall detection and 24/7 monitoring. Make noise if nothing else works. If you're in an apartment, bang on walls or floors, or shout loudly, anything to alert a neighbor. Even if you can't speak clearly, sound can bring attention. And remember this, many emergency systems can trace your location even if you say nothing at all. If you're connected but unable to speak, stay on the line. Do not hang up. Help is on the way. Every second matters. Don't wait to see how you feel. Get help moving toward you as fast as possible, because when you're alone and having a stroke, getting someone to your door is your lifeline. Step 3. Make yourself accessible. Once you've called emergency services, the next critical step is to make yourself accessible. Paramedics can only help you if they can reach you quickly, and the last thing you want is for precious minutes to be wasted breaking down a locked door or searching for you inside your home. First, unlock your main door. If you're physically able, this is your top priority. Even if it takes all your strength, unlocking that door gives paramedics immediate access and can save valuable time. Turn on all lights. Make your home visible, especially at night. A well-lit entry helps first responders find you faster and safer. Open blinds or curtains. This makes your presence visible from the outside and gives responders a way to assess the situation before entry. Move to a visible location. If you can move safely, position yourself near the front door, main hallway, or central room where paramedics are likely to look first. Don't hide in a bedroom or tucked away area unless it's unsafe to move. Dogs or cats, even if friendly, can become agitated or defensive during emergencies. If possible, close them in another room to prevent interference or delays when EMS arrives. Now, if you still have some clarity and a moment of strength, prepare a few critical documents. These can make a huge difference in how fast and accurately you're treated. Medication list, especially blood thinners, heart medications, insulin, or any drug that affects clotting or blood pressure. Health conditions, write down or show documentation for high blood pressure, diabetes, past strokes, or heart disease. Emergency contacts, names and phone numbers of family, close friends, or your primary doctor. Keep these items in an easily accessible place, on your fridge, in a folder near the front door, or saved clearly on your phone. These simple actions may seem small, but in a medical emergency, they can shave minutes off your response time and allow paramedics to work faster and smarter the moment they arrive. Remember, when every second counts, making yourself easy to reach is a crucial part of saving your own life. Step 4. Position yourself safely. If you've called for help and made yourself accessible, the next life-saving step is this: position yourself safely while you wait. A stroke can leave you weak, dizzy, confused, or even paralyzed on one side. In this vulnerable state, even a minor fall or misstep can cause serious injury, or worse, complicate your recovery. That's why your body position matters more than most people realize. Lie down on your side. This is known as the recovery position. If you're able, carefully lower yourself to the ground or a couch. Bend your top leg slightly to support balance and keep you from rolling onto your back. Place your bottom arm under your head, like a cushion, and keep your head turned slightly to the side. Elevate your head gently with a pillow, rolled towel, or blanket. This helps reduce pressure in the brain, especially in cases of swelling or clotting. Avoid standing or walking. Even if you feel like you could walk it off, don't take that chance. The risk of collapse, head injury, or worsening symptoms is far too high. Do not eat or drink anything. Strokes can affect your ability to swallow properly, which raises the risk of choking or aspiration. Also, certain emergency stroke treatments cannot be administered if you've recently eaten. Loosen tight clothing. If you're wearing something restrictive, tight collars, bras, belts, or anything around your chest or abdomen, loosen it to support better breathing and circulation. Stay warm, but avoid overheating. Cover yourself with a light blanket or towel if you're cold, but don't overbundle. A stroke can disrupt the body's temperature regulation, so keep your environment moderate and stable. Most important, try to stay calm. Yes, that's easier said than done, but panic raises blood pressure and can worsen the stroke. Focus on your breathing. Inhale slowly through your nose, exhale gently through your mouth. Ground yourself in the thought that help is on the way. These small positioning steps won't stop the stroke, but they can prevent secondary harm while giving you the best possible chance of a smoother recovery when help arrives. Step 5. Track symptoms and time of onset. When it comes to treating a stroke, time is not just critical, it determines your future. The faster doctors know when your symptoms began, the more effective and targeted your treatment can be. That's why the fifth and final step is simple, but powerful: track your symptoms and the exact time they started. Start by noting the time when your very first symptom began, whether it was numbness in your face, slurred speech, or arm weakness. Write this down if possible, or record a voice memo using your smartphone. Even if you only manage to say stroke started at 2:12 p.m., that alone can guide emergency doctors. If you're able, document which symptom came first. Whether symptoms are getting worse, staying the same, or briefly improving. Any changes in vision, coordination, speech, or balance. Whether you've taken any medications recently, especially blood thinners, blood pressure pills, aspirin, or pain relievers. You can use your phone's notes app, a voice recorder, or even a scrap of paper. What matters most is capturing the timeline of events clearly and quickly. Set a recurring alarm on your phone to go off every few minutes. This does two things: helps keep you conscious and aware while waiting for help. Acts as a backup alert system. If you pass out, the sound may draw attention. Why is this so important? Because some of the most powerful stroke treatments, like TPA, a clot-busting drug, must be given within a specific window, usually 3 to 4.5 hours from the onset of symptoms. If doctors don't know when the stroke began, you could be disqualified from receiving life-saving therapy. Even in the middle of a crisis, this simple act, tracking time and symptoms, can guide your care, protect your brain, and give your medical team the information they need to fight for your life. So don't wait, use whatever means you have to record, track, and preserve your timeline. Because when it comes to stroke recovery, what you remember, and what you write down, could save your brain. What happens at the hospital once emergency services arrive and you're transported to the hospital? The medical team's top priority is clear: restore blood flow to your brain as quickly as possible. The emergency department will act fast. You'll receive a CT scan or MRI to determine what kind of stroke you're having. Most strokes, about 87%, are ischemic, caused by a blood clot blocking an artery in the brain. If caught early, within 3 to 4.5 hours of symptom onset, you may be eligible for a medication called TPA, tissue plasminogen activator. This powerful clot-busting drug can dissolve the blockage and restore circulation. The sooner it's given, the more brain function can be saved. For larger clots or cases beyond the TPA window, doctors may perform a mechanical thrombectomy, a minimally invasive procedure where a device is inserted into a blood vessel to physically remove the clot. This is often done within up to 24 hours in some cases, depending on imaging results. time is the most important factor. The faster you receive treatment, the less brain tissue is lost, and the better your chances of recovery. After stabilization, you'll be moved to a stroke unit or intensive care for further monitoring, where doctors begin planning the next phase, rehabilitation. Knowing what to expect takes some of the fear out of the unknown. And it all starts with what you do in the first few minutes, because those moments determine everything that follows. Recovery and rehab. Surviving a stroke is only the beginning. The next phase, recovery and rehabilitation, is where healing truly begins. Every stroke is different. Some people experience only minor weakness, while others may face challenges with speech, movement, or memory. That's why a personalized rehabilitation plan is critical to regaining independence. Physical therapy helps you rebuild strength, coordination, and balance, especially if one side of the body was affected. Speech therapy supports those who struggle with speaking, understanding language, or swallowing safely. Occupational therapy helps you relearn daily activities like dressing, eating, or using your hands. The good news is that the brain has a powerful ability called neuroplasticity. It can adapt and rewire itself, even after injury. With time, consistency, and professional guidance, many stroke survivors make remarkable recoveries. Don't go through it alone. Surround yourself with a strong support system, family, friends, and therapists. Emotional encouragement can be just as powerful as physical rehab. Recovery may take weeks or months, but progress is possible at any age. Celebrate every step forward, no matter how small. Because with the right care and support, life after stroke can still be meaningful, fulfilling, and full of hope. Stroke prevention tips. The best way to survive a stroke is to prevent it from happening in the first place. Start by taking control of key risk factors. High blood pressure is the #1 cause of strokes. Get it checked regularly and manage it through diet, exercise, and medication if needed. Also, stay on top of your cholesterol and blood sugar levels, especially if you have diabetes. If you smoke, quit now. Smoking thickens your blood and damages your arteries, dramatically increasing stroke risk. Also, limit alcohol to moderate levels, as excess drinking raises blood pressure. If you live alone, consider installing a medical alert system and set up daily check-ins with family or friends. Just a quick call can make all the difference in an emergency. Lastly, don't skip your annual checkups. Preventative care saves lives. Take action today, because small changes now can mean a longer, healthier life tomorrow. A stroke can happen without warning, and when you're alone, what you do in those first few minutes can mean the difference between recovery and permanent damage. Remember, recognize the signs fast, call for help using your voice or device, make yourself easy to reach, position your body safely, and track your symptoms and timing. These 5 steps could save your life or the life of someone you love. Never forget, time equals brain. The faster you act, the more brain function you protect, and the better your chance at recovery. Now we want to hear from you. Have you or someone you know ever experienced a stroke while alone? Share your story in the comments, it could save another life. And if this video gave you new knowledge or peace of mind, type yes in the comments to let us know it helped. Stay informed, stay prepared, and stay safe.